Okay, so this is something called a Mobike. This is a great system. They've really taken off all over China. It's like a bike rental program. So you open up your Mobike app and you push unlock. You scan a little QR code that's on the fender. And now the bike will unlock right here. And now you're free to rent it for dirt cheap and drop it off wherever you want. And when you're finished, you just lock the bike up, and then it charges you super cheap rate, practically nothing. These bikes are all over this city. They've become really popular in China. It's a great system. You just get off the subway. I just got off the subway, and now I have a bike to ride to get me where I want to go. Now, I will say, the bikes themselves are absolutely terrible. If you're a normal sized person, the first thing you look for is a bike that has a tall seat. They have different seat heights and they're not adjustable, so find one that has a seat that's already been raised. They have to make these for the whole population: children, women, old people. So if you're a man, these bikes will feel very small. They're not very comfortable. They're good for getting you to where you want to go, but after about 10 minutes on these things, you prefer to just start walking. You can see, yeah, they're everywhere. Everybody's using them. It's an incredible program that's gotten really popular here in China. Even though these bikes are very popular here, Shenzhen is not a very bike-friendly city. There aren't bike paths. You have to ride on the sidewalks, which anybody that rides bicycles a lot knows that always sucks. You could ride on the road, but I don't even know if it's legal to ride on the road here, because I had a cop wave me off the road and onto a sidewalk earlier. So I just want to get some footage of riding around Shenzhen. I'm in the Shekou area, or the SeaWorld area. This is supposed to be an area that's popular with foreigners. A lot of expats live in this area. So we'll check it out. So far I've seen more foreigners here than anywhere else in Shenzhen. I haven't seen very many foreigners in Shenzhen at all. The deposit to get this program started, I had to put down a 300 renminbi deposit, which is about $50 US. And you see, you get people honking at you to get out of the way. It's like bicycling in a Western country. China normally is a pretty great place for biking, but this city is just not set up for it. They don't even allow e-bikes in this city. They've been banned. They're trying to make this a cars-only city, I think, cars and subways. Even though this bike share program, this bike rental program is very popular. It's just a shame that the city doesn't have better infrastructure to support riding around on them. I think this is like the main area, main SeaWorld area. There's a brewery on top of this boat here. I guess this boat, I think it's a French boat that's been dry docked here for like 20 years. Seems to be a lot of bars and Western music, so I imagine, yeah, this is probably where all the expats hang out. But overall, it feels very touristy. The primary attractions in this city are two places. One place called Wonders of the World, and another place called Splendid China. And they're both kind of the same concept. Again, this city's terrible for biking. But there's this place called Splendid China I went to today, and it's basically like an amusement park with miniature recreations of all of the sights and scenery of China. You know, miniature Great Wall, miniature Forbidden City, miniature Potala Palace. And I put that picture of the miniature Potala Palace on my WeChat moments and said it was amazing to see in person, just to see what kind of response I get. I think most people thought I was actually in Tibet, but no, I wasn't in Tibet. That was a miniature recreation in one of these cheesy parks that are pretty popular in China. The other one here is called Wonders of the World, I think, or Windows of the World, something like that. And it's the same idea, but instead of Chinese landmarks, they use Western landmarks. You know, so there's probably like miniature Eiffel Tower and Empire State Building and Big Ben. And it's a ridiculous price to get into these places. It was 180 renminbi, which is about $30 US. So overpriced and tacky. I would not recommend it. Normally not something I would do, but it's like there's not really much to do here in Shenzhen. This is a fairly new city. It's a booming city. The economy is very strong. It's growing quickly. They're going to be adding tons of subway lines in the future. But it definitely doesn't have the history and long traditions that most cities in China have. So there's not a lot of cool places to visit. There's a lot of nice parks and things, and I guess this area is nice. But it's not really as interesting as many of the other cities in China, and geez, I wish it was more bike friendly. It's amazing there are so many of these bikes around because it's not a bike friendly city. This is interesting. What kind of bike exercise? Those are stationary bikes set up for exercise. Maybe I'll just leave you with the final shot of this boat here. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, so now I'm done with my bike, and all I got to do is lock it, and it'll beep. And that's why I know it's been returned. And you can see you can just park them anywhere, just wherever you can find a spot. So love the system, incredibly convenient. It's just too bad the bikes themselves are kind of shitty.